Anyone who's had sinus problems is probably familiar with sinus rinse products such as this NeilMed Sinus Rinse here. If you bought the kit that comes with this bottle and 50 of these packets here, that runs somewhere between 12 and 20 bucks depending on where you get it. I think I paid 20 bucks at it at CVS Pharmacy. And just these packets cost about the same, 12 to 20 bucks for just sinus packets. But recently at Dollar Tree, I found this Guru Nanda Sinus Rinse bottle. I'm going to compare this rinse bottle to the NeilMed Sinus Rinse bottle. And also I'm going to talk about an alternative to these little packets here that's coming up on Thrifty Plus. So let's get into one of these sinus rinse bottle boxes here from the Dollar Tree. It does come in sealed plastic, sealed for your protection, I guess. And compared to the NeilMed bottle, it appears to be the same size. I got to catch it on the light just right, but the milliliters are embossed on the side, not the ounces, whereas with the NeilMed, they're just printed on the side here. You fill them up with the exact same amount, 240 milliliters, 8 fluid ounces. As far as the plastic goes, it might be slightly thinner, but it's also slightly easier to squeeze. Let's screw the tops off. The taper on the Guru Nanda is thinner than the taper on the NeilMed. The tube is thinner, but the inside diameter is actually larger. The tube is less flexible on the Dollar Tree compared to the NeilMed tube, which is quite flexible. There is a difference at the base of the tube. This one is flush, and this one, I don't know if you can really tell here, but it has a taper on one side of the tube. That's going to make a difference when the tube's resting at the bottom of the bottle. Although the hole size at the top of these bottles is near identical, the thread on them is different. So that means you can't use the wrong nose piece with the wrong bottle. You'll have to use the one that came with it. All right, I'm going to fill each of these up. I'm going to put a packet of these in each one and compare them through my own sinuses. All right, let's put some of the sinus rinse into each one of these. And of course, you're supposed to use this with distilled water. I think I have a bottle of that around here somewhere. Found my distilled water. I'm going to fill each one of these up to the fill line. And I'm going to go ahead and microwave these to warm them up a little bit before I run them through my sinuses. I saved you the gruesome detail of me rinsing my sinuses, but I'll go ahead and tell you my experience. Both these bottles did an excellent job of rinsing my sinuses. I will tell you that the slimmer taper on the Guru Nanda fit further into my nostril than the wider taper on the NeilMed. I couldn't tell that really made any difference in rinsing my sinuses, however. And as far as the experience of squeezing the bottle, it was near identical. So you can save some serious money when you're replacing the bottle every 3 months to go with the one from the Dollar Tree. The next thing I want to talk about are these sinus rinse packets. If you look on one of these packets, there are 2 ingredients: sodium chloride and sodium bicarbonate. Salt, non-iodized salt, the stuff that says does not supply iodine, okay? This is your sodium chloride, And this is your sodium bicarbonate. Just regular old pure baking soda. So we can make the same stuff that's in this little packet by mixing those. Now, how much of each? I've read online in several places, 3 parts salt for every 1 part baking soda. So I'm going to mix this up. And I also want to know how much of it is in this little packet. So let's figure that out too. Okay, I'm going to open up one of these packets. And I have my little measuring spoon here. And this is a 1/2 teaspoon. And it doesn't quite fill up that 1/2 teaspoon. Here's a 1/4 teaspoon. Let's see if I can transfer that over. It's a little more than a 1/4 teaspoon. I would say that is a heaping 1/4 teaspoon. So that's how much you're going to want to use per 8-ounce bottle of sinus rinse. If this is 3 parts salt and 1 part baking soda, I picked out a little mason jar here, and I have a 1/4 cup measuring cup here. So there's 1 part salt, 2 parts salt, 3 parts salt, and I need to open this up, and 1 part baking soda. Filled up that mason jar. Baking soda is all on the top, so I want to mix this up. So I'm going to get a cup out, maybe a 16-ounce cup, mix this up, pour it back in here. Baking soda is still kind of clumping up. Let's just use our measuring stirrer here. Stir these up, stir this up better. I want the baking soda. First of all, I don't want any clumps on the baking soda. So I want to knock out any clumps. If you do sinus rinse with just salt and no baking soda, it's pretty rough on the sinuses. The baking soda smooths that out. But you want the baking soda to not be all clumpy, and you want it evenly distributed in the salt. All right, that's evenly distributed. Every time I want to do a sinus rinse, I'll just do a heaping 1/4 teaspoon of this into here with some distilled water, and I will be good to go. So this will save you a lot of money on sinus rinses. Stay thrifty, everyone.